Welcome back to Farmer Analytics. I'm Carly, and we're back out here collecting more apples. I had a suggestion from one of you to make a video about how we can our apples. So we're going to pick some apples tonight, and then we'll do some canning tomorrow, and I'll show you the process of how we do that. So we've got about a bushel of apples here. They're just absolutely gorgeous. Something I would expect from like a real orchard. Most of these, like I have mentioned in a previous video, are wild apples. So a lot of them can be really mealy and bitter and sour. And we have found a couple trees on the property that are wild apples but are super sweet and give us the most amazing apples. So we're going to take all of these inside, and then tomorrow we will process them and can them up into something we can enjoy all winter long. Good morning. We are finally getting to process these apples today. So I have a little bit of lemon water here, and we've cut some of the rotten spots off of some of the apples that needed it. So I'm going to get these all peeled up and chopped up and ready to go. So all these apples are from a tree outside, just outside of the windows here. And they definitely aren't perfect. We don't spray them. We don't do anything to these trees. We just let them do their thing every year, and we hope for the best. So some of them are, a bit uglier than you would see in the grocery store, but they're still perfectly good on the inside and absolutely delicious and sweet and perfect for canning. In the past, we have used these apples for apple pie filling that we've canned. We've also canned up just applesauce. We did that last week. And so the rest of these apples I am putting into jars, peeled, cut up, and put into a light, simple syrup. Now, one of my go-to canning books is this Ball Blue Book and their Guide to Preserving. It's one of my absolute favorite guides for canning. And it has all sorts of information about making simple syrups and canning up these apples. So we're actually using a recipe out of here today to make that syrup and to can these up for some really nice wintertime snacks and desserts. So that was about 27 apples that I just peeled, cored, and sliced up for some simple syrup canning. Now, we did this last year with pears from our pear tree, and it was one of our absolute favorite things to eat all winter. So I really wanted to try it this year with the apples. Now, I still have an entire half a bushel of apples here that I'm not going to be peeling because that took me quite a while actually to do just 27 of them. So these are actually going to all go for applesauce, and I'll show you that process as well. So now that everything is ready to start to can up, we're going to start our simple syrup. And this is an extra light syrup, basically the least amount of sugar that you could put into a simple syrup, and it's about 20%. So I'm going to make that up right now and get that boiling on the stove. Okay, we've got everything jarred up at this point. I've taken all the bubbles out with this little chopstick, and I have 2 snacks left over, just enough for snack time. So now we're back over to our basket of apples, and these are going to be processed, in my opinion, a lot easier than what I just did. So right now I'm just going to go through, cut out any rotten spots, but we're not going to get rid of the core, we're not going to get rid of the stem, the seeds, skids. We're going to leave all that on there, throw it into a pot, get it all warmed up, and then we're going to send it through a food mill. So we are all done cutting apples. This basket is empty, and the chickens will just absolutely enjoy these scraps. Not too many scraps from all the apples we got, which is the goal. We try to use everything we can. And we are going to let those apples for the applesauce start to break down and warm up. And we have about 10 minutes left on the sliced apples in the simple syrup for water bath canning. And then we will break out the food mill in probably a couple hours once those apples soften up, and we'll start to process those next. So it's been more than a couple hours. We end up having lots to do in the middle of the day, so we are back to this later in the evening. And as you can tell, I have a different shirt on. It's been a long day with 2 toddlers, so the shirt change was necessary. And now we are going to take all these softened apple chunks and put them through the food mill. And basically what the food mill does is it's going to take all of the seeds and stems and skins and separate them out through here. And then all of the applesauce will come out here. And then all we have to do after that is heat it back up, add whatever sweeteners, whatever cinnamon or any spices we want to it, and can that up. You guys, this applesauce is perfection, and I'm not going to add any sugar to this. It is absolutely perfect. Okay, folks, that's it for tonight. We ended up with 3 quart jars worth of apple slices in a simple syrup. We also ended up with 5.5 quart jars of applesauce. And I am absolutely thrilled that all these apples just from outside in our backyard are now in our pantry and we're able to eat those as a special treat. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time.